can we do to unlock the inherent superpowers of our youth? Well, we all start off as a blank slate with the ability to do or accomplish anything. And we're lucky enough that we don't have to be hit by lightning or bit by a spider to unleash these latent superpowers. However, as we grow older, we begin to pick up labels. These labels are not specific, and they end up putting limitations on what we think we can do. Eventually, they start to define us. These labels, along with other present-day supervillains, too much screen time, a lack of unstructured free time outside, and our focus on rigorous academic standards, have begun to suppress the natural abilities of our youth and have begun to lock up the potential superpowers. So what can we do to ensure the future is in good hands? Well, I believe that we've come up with the answer, and it lies in the acronym C.A.R.I.N.G. As I began my research for this talk, I realized that many of the kids I work with every day were just like the superheroes I was studying, simply misunderstood, with so much to offer. They're caught in this kind of flux where they don't fit with what society is telling them and what's innately within them. So as we begin to decode the acronym C.A.R.I.N.G, we start with C for compassion. When we teach compassion to our kids, we help them understand their and other people's emotions without judgment. As adults, it's much more than this. We must truly understand their strengths and interests to make a difference. What could they do if they could accomplish the impossible? I asked this question to my community, and the responses blew me away. Compassion for me is to continue to encourage everyone I meet to live your strengths and your interests, to make a positive difference, because I know you can. The next letter in this acronym leads us to A for adventure. And this doesn't have to be hanging off the top of a ropes course. However, I've seen many people thrive in this environment, particularly kids who may struggle in the classroom. I've known the kid in this picture for a few years now, and I've seen him sit in a class feeling completely powerless and frustrated because he could not accomplish what was being asked of him. But once we got him into a situation like this, his true leadership powers shined through. Not only was he the first one up this specific element, but he continued to encourage his peers to overcome their fears and reach new heights. We're missing out on opportunities to teach these tools to kids. With kids sitting in a classroom for 8 hours a day, how much are they truly learning? Let me back up and say that some do thrive in this environment and others can survive, but are we really asking all kids to reach their full potential? When we provide the opportunity for kids to step into their adventure zone, whether it's a physical, mental, or emotional challenge, magic happens. They start to believe in themselves and all they can accomplish, and they start to form bonds with the people that help them overcome these challenges. This leads us to the next letter in C.A.R.I.N.G, and we start with relationships. This may seem strange, the idea of needing to teach relationship skills, especially in the time when we have the ability to be so connected. It's interesting how disconnected we've become. Does anyone know the average time a kid is in front of a screen? It's between 5 and 7 hours a day. With this much time spent attached to TV, video games, the internet, and our phones, we leave very little time for building strong relationships with others. Which was something else that I realized with my research, that most superheroes have a team that they can share their secrets with and that help guide them when they're not sure they're on the right path. And it's extremely important, since being a superhero, or a kid for that matter, comes with super responsibilities. Not only do you have to decipher what's right and what's wrong, but how to live with integrity and how to be true to yourself. Integrity also teaches us that we are more than what society has labeled us. Jorge, who I think is a real-life superhero, came to my camp this year in a leadership role as a counselor in training, and the message he took away speaks to the true meaning of integrity.
So during camp this summer, I met a special kid named Tyler. When he woke me up in the middle of the night, and there were many counselors, but he chose me, I think that showed, like, I was one of his leaders. I had, like, a different responsibility. Like, I had to act, like, as an adult. I don't think it was a thought. It was just, like, something that, like, I knew I had to do. Something I had to do, like, as a CIT. Like.
So how do you know how to be who you are?
I don't know. I just, you know, like yourself. Like, you just know.
You know what's right?
Yeah, and what's wrong, yeah.
So I ask that as we teach integrity to our kids, we remember that it's more than just right and wrong. It's allowing them to accomplish what they think they can. Okay, so back to our acronym, and with only a couple letters left, we find ourselves with an N for nature. Nature is seen as the key connection to many mental, physical, and emotional health benefits. But for me, it's where I grew up. It's part of me. It's how I connect everything. And it's how the clarity from my work with kids came through. Kids learn through play. And as soon as we limit their time and creativity in natural places, we create a snowball of negative effects. This disconnect has already led to increased rates of obesity and other mental, physical, and behavioral challenges. And it's no surprise when the average unstructured time for kids outside is only 4 to 8 minutes a day. Nature has great benefits, and it may be the key to unlocking this entire message, but it's not complete without including G for giving back, as this is how we show gratitude to the communities that support us and that have helped us become the people we are today. It also helps us to remember to use our powers for good instead of evil. I believe in a better future, and I believe in the potential of our youth because I get to work with superheroes every day, just like my friend Will.
My superpowers is creativity and smarts because I believe in the future I can help out many people like everyone else.
Awesome. So what does this 9 minutes mean to you all? Take this C.A.R.I.N.G acronym home or to your classroom and practice it. C for compassion. You should probably write these down. C for compassion, A for adventure, R for relationships, I for integrity, N for nature, and G for giving back. If you practice this acronym with your youth, I guarantee you will unlock their inherent superpowers. Thank you. Yay!